r/askreddit. What's something you should always keep in your car?
Toolkit jumper cables. Good snow removing tool, if it snows where you live, and dicer.
I'm paranoid enough in the wintertime to always have boots, gloves, water, and a blanket too.
I live in a more urban area but frequently travel into the mountains for work. I throw in a gallon of water, a sleeping bag, and a change of clothes suitable for mountain weather. A firefighter friend has pulled a number of dead bodies out of car accidents where the accident only killed the car. The people froze to death. One that sticks out is a pair of college-aged girls heading up to meet friends at house in Tahoe. They drove up wearing bikini tops in winter and froze to death after sliding of the highway. I don't know if they had warmer clothes they just didn't change into, or if a friend had their bags in a separate car, but he was pretty bummed out about that one. If those girls had a wool blanket, sleeping bags, or coats, they'd have been cold, but alive.
Jumper cables.
U/Roger Simonten.
Flashlight. I carry a bat that has a flashlight in the end. It also has a pulsing light feature to blind attackers, and then the bat part to whack attackers.
Tube sock on the wacky bit so they pull the sock off and not the bat out of your hands.
Water.
This is excellent advice. It's even better if you combine it with a water bottle. Also, blankets and non-perishable snacks will make a breakdown much more bearable.
Add a plug-in immersion heater for tea and hot water.
Phone charger.
A spare charger. One that you know it's in good condition and will work on case of emergency. Chargers in a car tend to get beat up and fail.
Yes. When my partner and I first started dating, I thought it was pretty weird that he kept an array of chargers in a waterproof container in his car. 3 years later, those chargers have saved our butts so many times.
Dashcam.
Couldn't wait to get a dash cam. My dad got me one Christmas 2019. It was a Rove brand. He also bought me a large Samsung Micros card to go with it. It for 3 weeks before it was the reason someone broke into my car overnight.
The goal is to make it look like you don't have one. A mini one hidden right next to the rearview mirror with the cables tucked away is a good option.
Kleenex and paper towels.
Lots of people saying gas. They might mean in the tank, but do not keep it in your trunk or boot, whatever. It degrades and evaporates in 3-6 months. Keep a gas canister with a little money inside. Enough to fill it.
Also, gas in your boot is just terrible for your foot.
Especially if your boots are made by diesel.
A fire extinguisher. About 2 years ago, I was in the car with my parents when all of a sudden the gears stopped responding and smoke started coming out of the front and back. We parked on the side of the road, opened the front end a piece, I think it was the battery, was burning. It was only put out because a man who was passing by riding a motorcycle quickly stopped, took off his jacket, soaked it in water from a bottle that he had with him, and covered the fire with it. Turns out he was an ex-fireman. He probably shouldn't always count on being that lucky.
Also, never open the hood if you suspect a fire. It will only add more oxygen. Get out of the car where it's safe to do so, far away from anything else. Roadway, structures, cars, tall grass, and get away from the vehicle.
Do not keep condoms in your car. The latex breaks down under heat and are susceptible to breaking when you use them.
An escape tool, at least $50 in cash.
I second this. You get one for fairly cheap, and the one I have also comes with a built-in seatbelt cutter at the bottom end. I hope I'm never in a situation where I need to use it, but knowing I have it in my car gives me some sort of tranquility law. Fire extinguisher.
This is true. In Chile, it's the law that you have to have one.
That's really thoughtful. This law is hella important.
Shoes. You never know when you have to run.
Once a lady rear-ended me on a 110th day, 43C, and her 2 kids, who were probably elementary school age, had no shoes whatsoever. Her car was full of airbag dust and broken glass, so I had to let them sit in my truck while she waited to get picked up. It was that or burning their feet on the boiling hot blacktop. You'll never know when you'll have to leave your car in a hurry. In my opinion, not only should you have shoes, they should be on your feet in all times while in the car. Geese. If a cop pulls you over and you have upwards of 10 live geese in your car, that officer really has to think about whether or not he wants to deal with that situation.
Or if you're in the UK, a swan. Policeman officers are often looking for them.
No luck catching them swans then?
toilet paper, flashlight, knife, wet wipes, blanket, a can of motor oil, jumper cables, and a couple of dollars. This is a kit I put together in every single car I ever had.
I keep toilet paper in my car. Initially, it was just something I figured I was likely to forget camping. Then COVID hit. Americans panicked and bought out all the toilet paper. I ran out before stores had finally restocked. Then I remembered the roll in the car. It absolutely saved my week.
I just have mine for work, shits. Commercial toilet paper is a goddamn crime, I tell you what.
Yourself. Wear your seatbelts.
If I'm being honest, I only partially do this. I always make sure I wear at least one, though. Registration.
Insurance. Insurance.
Driver's license, please.